WBZ TV, Boston. WBZ TV, Boston.
I want you to see that we're for. We're for. We're for. We're for. That we're for. We're for. We're for you. Begin to win. We're for you. We're for. We're for.
WBZ TV, your instant eye station.
You and your pocketbook. I'll tell you about that, too.
Tony cares about people.
They're working together to make a good thing better.
The New England way of life.
Liz Walker joins Barry Burbank and Bob Lobel for the weekends on Eyewitness News. They're making a good thing better.
Why do more people turn to Eyewitness News at 11? Tony and Jack, they light up the night. Dan Ray and Charles Austin, the nighttime news team. Bruce with Tomorrow's Skies. Roger with Sports That Excite. Mary on opening night. That's why more people turn to Eyewitness News at 11. Do you?
45 seconds. 30 to the T.
Chris Maru and Gail Harris. Watch live on 4 beginning Monday at 5:30 here on TV4. Here on TV4.
An Eyewitness News special report, Wednesday at 6 and 11 on today's...
And now your personal news service, First 4 News.
One station. Today's 4. Today's New England.
Today's for a whole lot more.
Today's New England. You need to know more than just what sits on the surface. Most TV newscasts give you the who, what, when, where. One gives you the why. One gives you the exclusive investigative eye team. More live reports. People who aren't afraid to make waves. Weather that's more than just a lot of wind. Sports that's more than just scores. Eyewitness News. One station. Today's 4. More in-depth. One station. Today's 4. More live reports.
Today's 4 Eyewitness News, where you don't miss a beat.
Channel 4's the one for all. Channel 4's the one for all. Channel 4's the one for all. Channel 4's the one for all.
WBZ Boston, Channel 4. Hear today's music and area's most comprehensive news and sports coverage on WBZ Radio 1030. For the best in television, it's WBZ TV Boston, right here on Channel 4. WBZ TV is owned and operated by the Westinghouse Broadcasting Company, Incorporated. with studios on Soldiers Field Road, Boston, and transmitting facilities at Needham, Massachusetts, operating on Channel 4 by the authority of the Federal Communications Commission. Now, Eyewitness News, the late edition, with Jack Williams, Liz Walker, Bruce Schwegler, and Bob Lobel.
Good evening. Here's what's happening tonight.
We're for today, for weekends at rest and play. We're Eyewitness News, live and complete. For sports of all sorts, there's a front row seat. We've got a solid gold rock and roll beat, and the star-studded movie treat. We're for today. We're for today. We're for today.
Eyewitness News weather.
One station is more than just the headlines. Weather that won't leave you wondering what tomorrow will bring. Sports that's more than just the scores. One station, today's 4. This is Eyewitness News, the noon edition, with John Henning, Gary LaPierre, and Don Kent.
Good afternoon. In the news at midday.
Live from the heart of New England, the one team that captures the pulse of the news. Randy Price, Linda Harris, and Paul Cousins. This is Eyewitness News, the first edition.
5:30, good morning, Tuesday morning, December the 25th. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and I hope you're enjoying the holiday.
Live on 4, New England's first look at the evening news for Thursday, May 16th, 1985, with Joyce Kulhawick, Chris Kanangla, and the entire Eyewitness News team. Now here's Joyce.
All of us at WBZ TV. This is WBZ TV4 Boston. WBZ TV4 Boston. Season's greetings from all of us at WBZ TV4. Good morning. This is WBZ TV, Boston, owned and operated by the Westinghouse Broadcasting Company, Incorporated, with studios located on Soldiers Field Road, Boston, and transmitting facilities at Needham, Massachusetts, operating on Channel 4 by the authority of the Federal Communications Commission. This is WBZ TV, Boston, Channel 4. Hear today's music and area's most comprehensive news and sports coverage on WBZ Radio, 1030. For the best in television, it's WBZ TV Boston, right here on Channel 4. WBZ TV is owned and operated by the Westinghouse Broadcasting Company, Incorporated, with studios on Soldiers Field Road, Boston, and transmitting facilities at Needham, Massachusetts, operating on Channel 4 by the authority of the Federal Communications Commission.
This is WBZ TV4 Boston. Fire diving is a crazy way to make a living. Monday at 7:30.
The clock strikes midnight for the Cinderella Pats. Details on Nightcast.
What do you suppose it's like to be JR's mistress?
Don't ask me, but you could ask Dallas star Deborah Shelton on Friday's Evening Magazine at 7:30.
All of that on Thursday's Evening Magazine, 7:30 on WBZ TV4.
At 7:30 on WBZ TV4.
What? All of that on Tuesday's Evening Magazine, 7:30 on WBZ TV4.
On Evening Magazine.
Magazine, 7:30 on WBZ TV4.
Monday's edition of Evening Magazine at 7:30 on WBZ TV4.
On Tuesday's Evening Magazine, 7:30 on WBZ TV4.
And much more on Thursday's edition of Evening Magazine at 7:30 on WBZ TV4, and that's the truth. Story and much more on Monday's edition of Evening Magazine at 7:30 on WBZ TV4.
WBZ TV is the station New England turns to.
Eyewitness News on TV4, the station New England turns to. Live on 4.
Thanks, Mom.
On TV4, the station New England turns to. Eyewitness News on WBZ TV4, the station New England turns to.
Good old-fashioned hard work.
The Senate and the House are at odds again.
John Henning on WBZ TV4, the station New England turns to.
Lives for the better.
Good morning. This is WBZ TV Boston, owned and operated by the Westinghouse Broadcasting Company, Incorporated, with studios located on Soldiers Field Road, Boston, and transmitting facilities at Needham, Massachusetts, operating on Channel 4 by the authority of the Federal Communications Commission.
This is WBZ TV Boston.
Weeknights at 7:30 on Channel 4.
These stories plus check your lottery number on Thursday's Evening Magazine, 7:30 WBZ TV4.
The Will Shiner Show, where the information is entertaining.
Premieres September 14th.
Awesome again.
Live from WBZ TV4. This is Eyewitness News Evening Edition.
Good evening. Tonight, a powerful boost for the Seabrook nuclear power plant and a blow to Seabrook opponents.
4-hour news source.
You're watching WBZ TV Boston. Coming up next on WBZ News 4. Now, live, this is WBZ News 4. Good evening.
Now, John Henning, Suzanne Bates, Ed Carroll, Tom Bergeron. This is WBZ News 4.
Good afternoon.
You're watching WBZ TV Boston. Coming up next on WBZ News 4. Now, John Henning, Suzanne Bates, Ed Carroll. This is WBZ News 4.
Good afternoon. John Henning is off. In the news today.
You're watching WBZ TV Boston. Coming up next on WBZ News 4. Now, Liz Walker, Jack Williams, Bruce Schwegler, Bob Lobel. This is WBZ News 4.
Good evening. Here's what's happening.
You're watching WBZ TV Boston. Next on WBZ News 4. Now, John Doherty, Virginia Cha, Bruce Schwegler, Bob Lobel,
Now, live, this is WBZ News 4.
Good evening. The jury spoke today and set O.J. Simpson free.
This is a WBZ News 4 update. Tonight at 11 on WBZ News 4.
Sports Final, Sunday at 11:35 on WBZ TV4.
Tuesday.
Moment of truth. Why my daughter? NBC Monday.
Casey Kaufman, only on WBZ News 4.
Get the inside track. Entertainment Tonight, your inside track to the stars. Weeknights at 7:30 on WBZ Channel 4.
I'm Liz Walker. Have a great holiday, everybody.
You're watching WBZ TV Boston. Boston, you're watching WBZ TV.
With Liz Walker, Jack Williams, Bruce Schwegler, Bob Lobel, and Joyce Kulhaywick. The most local news on TV. News for New England.
Good evening, I'm Liz Walker. Jack Williams is off tonight. Here's what's happening.
Now, News for New England on WBZ TV.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Liz Walker. Sean Mooney is off tonight.
Working for you. This is News for New England.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Liz Walker. Joe Shortsleeve is off tonight.
And I'm Jack.
This is WBZ TV4, Boston's leader for news and information. You are watching WBZ4 News on Boston's television station. Live at 6. This is your local news station, WBZ4 News.
There's a new fight tonight over a tax-free smoke shop. This one in Massachusetts.
Live at 5. This is your local news station, CBS 4 News. Live at noon. This is your local news station, CBS 4 News.
This is CBS 4 News. Live at 5.
This is CBS 4 News, live at 11.
The tides are turning after our record rainfall.
Is the lemonade diet right for you? WBZ News starts now.
Good evening, everyone. Keep those a scar.
A very violent night in the city of Boston.
Now at 5 a.m.
The taser. WBZ News starts right now, and what a day it was.
Now at 6:30, the weather is
WBZ News at 6:30 starts right now. Well, just one glance at the radar this morning, and you knew it was going to be that kind of day. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ken McLeod.
I'm Dawn Hasbrook.
To survive. WBZ News starts now. Tonight,
Now at 11, the series. WBZ News at 11 o'clock starts right now. It's one of the warmest weekends of the summer, but it doesn't matter. Swimming is now off limits at this popular lake. And the problem? What's already in the water. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Dawn Hasbrook.
Now at 5, a massive nor'easter has set its sight on New England. To do.
Ready or not, here it comes. A huge winter storm is taking shape to our south, and now we are under a blizzard warning.
A splash landing at the beach.
We begin with breaking news, a plane crash in Buzzards Bay. Good evening, everyone. I'm Lisa Hughes.
And I'm Jack Williams.
Live from Boston, WBZ News at noon starts right now.
Today we're getting our first look at the man behind the murders at a Colorado movie theater. Good afternoon, I'm Paula Eben.
And I'm David Wade.
Live from Boston, WBZ News at 5 starts right now. Live from Boston, WBZ News at 11 starts right now.
A frightening fall from the platform to the tracks tonight. A local mother describes what happened, and she is thanking the rescuers. And tonight, one of those brave rescuers tells us it was instinct. Good evening, everyone. I'm Lisa Hughes.
And I'm Jonathan Elias. Good to have you along tonight.
Live from our studios in Boston, WBZ News in the Morning starts right now.
Had a good Friday morning to you. I'm David Wade.
Live from our studios in Boston, WBZ News at noon starts right now.
And now at noontime, a winter storm is once again filling the sky with flakes. This is a live look over Boston. Not that you can see much of the skyline because of the snow.
Live from the Channel 4 studios in Boston, WBZ News at 5 starts right now.
We begin tonight with two breaking stories at 5. The first, a massive fire in Webster. Flames absolutely tearing through a mill complex there.
Live from our studios in Boston, WBZ News starts right now.
It is too familiar a sound, the South Coast and Cape digging out after a storm with near blizzard conditions. And utility crews are on the Cape still this evening, busy right now working to restore power to thousands left in the dark by the storm. Good evening, everyone. I'm Bobby Siss. Thanks for joining us here. Communities in southeastern Massachusetts.
Live from our studios in Boston, WBZ News at 10 starts right now.
It was a fiery plane crash in the woods of Marshfield, and incredibly, the pilot survived with just minor injuries. I'm Lisa Hughes. Thanks for being with us tonight.
Live from our studios in Boston, WBZ News at 11 starts right now.
It is a sign of hope for the Red Sox.
For watching Lucky Dog.
And don't forget the pet parade tomorrow morning on WBZ.
I'm Brandon McMillan. Stick around for Lucky Dog next here on WBZ.
From the shelter to a new home.
Join me for Lucky Dog Saturdays on BZ.
Live from the Channel 4 studios in Boston, this is WBZ News This Morning.
Why do they do that to us?
I don't know.
Crazy funny story, and then it's like the real stuff we got to get to. Good morning to you. It is 5 o'clock right now. Thanks for joining us. I'm Chris McKinnon.
I'm Brianna Pitts, in for Kate Merrill. It is Thursday, July 11th.
Live from the Channel 4 studios in Boston, WBZ News at noon starts now with breaking news.
495 in Westford shut down in both directions right now. Authorities had to shut down the road after a transformer fire spread to wires over the highway.
Live from the Channel 4 studios in Boston, WBZ News at 5 starts now with breaking news. Live from the Channel 4 studios in Boston, this is WBZ News at 6:30.
Right now at 6:30, people are flocking to the great outdoors as the mercury rises, but come tomorrow, it'll be plain old hot.
Live from the Channel 4 studios in Boston, this is WBZ News at 10.
3 top stories happening right now at 10. A youth hockey coach in Drake is accused of sexually assaulting one of his players.